The song Big Yellow Taxi by Joni Mitchell and Silent Spring by Rachel Carson both have characteristics of postmodernism, were affected by their authors, and have similarities. Big Yellow Taxi is a song by Joni Mitchell, and it describes the destroying of nature to build parking lots. According to Wilhelm, the conflict between nature and man-made products like technology is often found in other postmodernist works like Daisies and The War on Trees. Mitchell's song goes on to say, "Don't it always seem to go that you don't know what you've got till it's gone? They paved paradise and put up a parking lot." Postmodernism also includes religion. According to Divine, during the postmodernist era there was a religious revival in the United States. This ended up influencing writers to include religion in their work. However, religion cannot be found in this song. This may be due to the fact that the virtue of nature is the focus of the song. Werlock wrote that postmodernism included figurative language as well because postmodernism is modernism but a little different. According to Werlock, modernism contained much figurative language, thus so does postmodernism. Figurative language can be seen in the song by all of the symbolism in it. The parking lots in the song represent technology, because parking lots are a place for cars and other vehicles. Cars are heavily relied on by many people and show the dependence on technology at the cost of nature. According to Werlock, human nature is portrayed by postmodernism as anxious and fearful. This mentality can be seen in Big Yellow Taxi because the writer is regretful of the cost nature had to pay to build a parking lot and fearful of chemicals like DDT harming the environment. This can be seen in Mitchell's lyrics that say, "Hey farmer, farmer, put away that DDT now, give me spots on my apples but leave me the birds and the bees, please." Diamond describes that postmodernism also reflects events that occur and criticizes society and government. In Big Yellow Taxi by Mitchell, government is not really mentioned but society is emphasized as a group that does not care about nature and its beauty. The song shows society only caring about when the next strip mall is going to open, so they can get their material goods. One of the American dreams of postmodernism is being able to have material things. Postmodernism reflects its time period, and according to Divine, during the 1950s when postmodernism was prevalent, the United States was a consumer society. Everyone wanted to go out to the shopping complexes and buy the latest fads. Big Yellow Taxi by Joni Mitchell describes building a shopping mall so consumers could go and spend their money. Overall, this material obsession led to the destruction of nature as construction increased. Sanborn describes the hero of postmodernism as an anti-hero, or a good person that may do bad things. While the anti-hero is never named in the song, it could possibly be the people that condone commercial development at the expense of nature. They are not evil or anything, but they stand back and do nothing about the destruction of nature. Joni Mitchell's experience definitely influenced the song Big Yellow Taxi. According to the article Joni Mitchell biography, she lived through the 1950s and the 1960s, which according to Divine was a time of commercial growth. She also was able to see in her lifetime the rise of chemicals used on nature like DDT. This may have led her to write the song Big Yellow Taxi to raise awareness about what was going on and how the environment was suffering. Rachel Carson's Silent Spring also has postmodernist characteristics just like Big Yellow Taxi. Like Big Yellow Taxi, Silent Spring does not contain religion. Perhaps the religion is not important to the author, or the focus of the story is nature and not religion. This story does contain lots of nature. Carson describes the splendor of nature until it is killed by harmful chemicals. In the story by Carson, the whole community falls apart due to the ecological disaster that has occurred. Silent Spring contains a lot of figurative language like imagery Imagery can be seen in a passage when Carson says, "In autumn, oak and maple and birch set up a blaze of color that flamed and flickered across a background of pines." This scene is so vividly described that one can picture it clearly in their mind. Government and society are not really mentioned in this story because it is mainly focused on nature. Carson wrote Silent Spring more as an appeal to government and society to change the way the environment is treated to stop biological disaster. The appeal is at the end of the story and threatens that the environment will die if something is not changed. The fear found in human nature is portrayed in Silent Spring when nature is destroyed by chemicals and the possibility that it will happen all over the country and even the world. The American dream is not really in this story because it is mostly dedicated to saving the environment and not about what people hope to achieve in the United States. According to Sanborn, postmodernism often includes an anti-hero. The anti-hero of Silent Spring is all of the people that are killing the environment. They might not mean to do this, but the environment has still been damaged from their actions. Rachel Carson's life had a great influence on her acclaimed book Silent Spring. According to the article Rachel Carson was a marine biologist that loved both environmental science and writing. This led her to investigate the harmful effects of DDT and write The Silent Spring. According to the article Rachel Carson, this book shocked many people and helped launch the environmentalist movement in the United States. Silent Spring and Big Yellow Taxi have many similarities. One of these similarities is the common theme of the destruction of nature by technology. In Big Yellow Taxi by Mitchell, a naturally beautiful place was replaced with an ugly parking lot. In Silent Spring by Carson, an ecosystem is destroyed. Both of these works also place a special emphasis on the harmful effects of DDT. In Silent Spring, many creatures die, and Mitchell begs the farmers to not use DDT and save the birds and the bees. Both of these works show how literature changes as well. Modernism, which was the period before postmodernism, did not have a big emphasis on the struggle between nature and technology, according to Werlock. This shows that literature changes with whatever is going on in the world because during the modernism era, technology was not as dangerous to nature. In conclusion, Big Yellow Taxi by Joni Mitchell and Silent Spring by Rachel Carson contain characteristics of postmodernism, were influenced by their authors, and have similarities with each other.